Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time. We got Mark with Mindful Reality Podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good afternoon. I'm always confused. I don't know if we're on day 56 or whether we're on day 57 in the Big Brother house, but whatever day we're on, I've covered them all. The streak continues. I hope that y'all are doing well. As has been the case, there is a lot of conversations going on in the Big Brother house, but there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of worthwhile things to speak about. The things that the Big Brother community are speaking about right now are essentially just gossip and drama. And I know that that's generally what they talk about with these shows, but not even relevant gossip and drama, if that makes any sense. There was a conversation yesterday that I was seeing between Felicia and America. And Felicia was like, I've been talking to Jared. And I've been hoping and praying that Jared gets a chance to come back in this game. And then she was like, I hope that some kind of twist happens as to where both Cam and Jared get to come back in the game, which is something that Jared was saying as well. And America was like, what? And I was saying the same thing. What? We have 3 people who are currently in this house. 3 people who are in this house right now who were voted out. 2 of the 3 were voted out unanimously. And the only one that wasn't voted out unanimously was Jared. And the one vote was his mother. Now we're on Scaryverse week, and we don't know what twists and turns we have in store, according to Julie. But what has happened so far with Scary Week? As far as we know, 2 zombies came in the house. They had that one competition. There was 3 rounds. They showed 2 of the rounds on Sunday's episode. There's going to be no episode today. And they're going to show the 3rd part of that round on Thursday. Then we're going to see, does Cam choose to play the competition or not? Which he said he will. And we'll see if he beats the timer and stays in the house. But the point is, nothing has happened in Scaryverse week. And 3 people that were voted out of the competition and evicted are still in the house. And they haven't given them any activities to do. Hi, Janet. So in my opinion, you can't even blame the house guests for having these repetitive conversations for just laying around and just running out of things to talk about. Because what would you do if there's 11 people in the house right now? I mean, I know it's going to be 10 as of Thursday, but imagine if there's 11 people in the house and you voted out 3, so you're sitting here saying there's supposed to be 8, but there's 11. And then the jury twist where the jury is having 7 people now. So they're saying we should be a jury already and there should be only this amount of people, but there's still a couple weeks to jury. And there's still 11 people in the house at this point. They're dragging it to make it this 100 days. Please show your appreciation to Mark by hitting the like button. Thanks. Am I early or late? You're right on time. I started like 5-6 minutes before you got here, so I'm not going to say you're early or late because I don't foresee this being a very long live. These lives are just check-ins because this is not an action-packed time of the season. And that's the one thing about the way that this season has gone compared to other seasons. Hi, Kalia. One thing about this season compared to other seasons is usually it starts slow and then into the second month where we are now. Actually, I guess we are almost 2 months in. I think we had almost 2 months already because we started August 2 and today is September 27. So we're close to 2 months. Next Monday, which is going to be my birthday, is going to be our second month. Is going to be the end of our second month. So usually this is the time it starts picking up steam when we have 4 or 5 weeks left in the season. But all the heaviest gameplay happened early. So the first 3, 4, 5 weeks of the season, much action was going on. And then a lot of the people who were playing the game, the people who wanted to win competitions and the people who wanted to make moves, the people who wanted to make decisions, they are all out of the house. And now we're left with the people like a Jag. We're left with the people like America. We're left with the people like Jared. We're left with the people like, well, Jared wants to win, but the only reason I thought of Jared's name in that bunch is because he loves talking and having these hypothetical conversations. The people like Corey to an extent. The people like Mimi to an extent. I wish that we had 2 weeks left at this point. I wish we could fast forward. I wish there was a fan option where they could be like, hey, house guests, or hey, America, it's your time to vote. You have 2 options. We can continue the season as is and we finish in November, or you could choose for the season to end in 2 weeks. I would be like, give me the 2-week option, please. I don't care if you have to have competitions 2 to 3 times a week, or if you have to have a quadruple eviction to make that happen. Make it happen, big brother, because we are getting bored. I will be 36 years old. I have no clue what's going on in the BB house. Just the 2 zombies, Corey and America. Oh, just that there's 2 zombies. Corey and America were in the shower, probably eating boogers. Jag is nothing as always. I mean, one of the storylines they're talking about is the flirting that's going on between Cam and America, which is nothing new. I know that Corey and America actually had a conversation about it yesterday, and America was saying that, well, she was saying she hopes he doesn't feel a way about that. He's claiming no. She's saying she wonders if Corey is using her, sorry, for the game. And Corey is like, no, I'm not using her. He told her that he's not using her just for the game. But Corey said to America that he doesn't know if their relationship is real. He's not sure if it's the real deal or a real thing. And they never really got to a conclusion from anything in that conversation. It was almost like they were just throwing that out there. America flirts with Jack too, and Matt. America is America, the viewers' darling. But not everyone would be able to do what she's been doing without getting shamed. But she has immunity in that regard. Not saying that she should be shamed, but I'm just saying other house guests would be, and you can read between the lines. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know what I'm saying. Hello, I think America is toying with Corey. This reverse thing is woman manipulation. If you are in a relationship, you don't flirt regardless your gender. I definitely get what you're saying. I'm trying to think if manipulation is the word that I would use. Maybe, but I for sure think that the flirting is being used for game. And then if you listen to the conversations that she has about her personal life, she'll be like, I'll get a number just to get a number. Or she'll talk about, sometimes I go out at night in New York and a guy will talk to me and he will ask me for my number and I'll be drunk. I'll just give him the number and then he gives me a call. Oh, I'm such and such from Rite Aid. And she'll be like, who? How'd you get my number? I don't remember talking to you. So I think what we're seeing in the house is with her, and in the case of her, is pretty much what happens in her actual life, except we're probably seeing a toned down version of it in the house. And in terms of how I feel about her ending up getting intimate with Corey, it still feels weird to me no matter what anyone says. I still find it weird because Corey said no. Corey said, I came in here. I don't want to be in a showmance. I don't want to kiss somebody on Big Brother. I decided that before I came in. He set the boundaries down. She kept pushing the boundaries. He caved in. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so if they leave the house and he doesn't win Big Brother, even if he does win, but especially if he does not win Big Brother, and then they get out and she's like, well, I thought that I was into you, but I realized that we're kind of just better off as friends, and it was happenstance and circumstance that brought us together on the show. But I really cared about you at the time, but I would rather us just be friends. So then You don't get the money. You had somebody compromise your boundaries, and then you're not even with them when the show ends. I almost feel as if America would make some kind of half-hearted attempt at a relationship to save face or just not to look bad after the show. They did the deed? No. Well, not that I know of. So dangerous for a woman to get drunk while being out. It's better to drink spritzers when out at night. Good to keep your wits. Yeah, that's to go with the flowy. This channel is getting bigger. The America and Corey stands are going to come. They're going to hate us. That's fine. Whether they hate, like it, or love it, it's all boosting the algorithm. Hate, like it, or love it. She needs to manipulate Corey into not testing what's in his nose. I'm dead. I actually still haven't even seen him pick his nose and eat it. Y'all are telling me about that, but I haven't seen it. Maybe I should look it up because I'm sure somebody on YouTube or Twitter or something has made some kind of compilation video. I agree, but people overlook the behavior when the woman is the pursuer of the man. Exactly, Tasha. Exactly, Tasha. If a man is pushing and pushing and pushing a woman after she lays her boundaries down, they're going to call him a predator. They're going to call him all kinds of things. They'll call him, you know what? They would be like, that's blanky behavior. You know what I'm saying? Our behavior. They would say that. Because I actually remember sitting down and watching. I don't know if this was the first night they laid down together and started cuddling. I think it was the first time I ever saw them laying down, and they were in that room that has the bumper pool, and she was rolling her body on top of him, touching him. She looked like she was tampering with the nether region, and his face was getting all red, and he said, "No, America, I told you this is not going to happen. No." I honestly look at him now when they're going in the shower and when they're making out all over the house, and I wonder how he really feels about himself. I'm not even trying to be funny or anything. I wonder if at this point he's just saying, I'm past the point of no return. It would be really weird if I tried to stop her at this point. So I'm just going to go with it and deal with my feelings about everything afterwards. Big Brother needs a reunion, people. Big Brother needs a reunion. They really do. There is a short with, there is. Corey literally said he's a picky eater. Oh man, these Corey nose picking jokes are cracking me up. I really need to start getting something, some kind of a prize for what I consider the comment of the day or the comment of the live, because I do multiple lives in the day. I really, 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 really feel like I need to start getting something for y'all because some of these comments crack me up. The booger eater thing is disgusting. And America puts her tongue in that boogie mouth. So technically, they both eat boogers. All right, so let me just try to talk about a little bit of Big Brother before I go. We got faux Final Fours forming. Faux as in FAUX. False Final Fours forming. We have got Mimi and Felicia allegedly working with Corey and America, but they don't trust them. We got Mimi and Felicia allegedly working with Matt and Jag. Basically, I'm not even going to run through everything. I think everyone sees the most powerful groups as Matt and Jag and Corey and America. Matt and Jag and Corey and America are working together to a point. But both sides do not have a problem with the other side taking a hit. They are not actively saying, hey, Corey is my target, America is my target. Or they're not saying Jag is my target, Matt is my target. They're not saying that to anybody. They're saying that to each other. But when other people approach them and say, hey, Jag, Matt, Corey is a problem in this house. We need to get Corey out. Jag is willing to entertain that conversation. If people come over to Corey in America and say, Jag and Matt duo are a problem in this house, Corey and America are willing to entertain that conversation. So they're not going to openly say, I am pursuing taking one of them out, but they're not against it. So we're going to see tomorrow whether Cameron is able to win whatever that competition is, which he thinks is a foregone conclusion, or whether he loses and Jared comes back in the house. The way the house swings with either of them coming back in. Cameron comes back in the house. I almost feel that even though people are saying I would rather Cameron comes back, I think that Jared is the less dangerous player out of the two of them, truthfully. The only people that Jared would have to worry mainly about Jared, I think, well, I guess Jag, Matt, and Corey. And I heard that if Jared said if he won an HOH, he would want to put Matt and Jag up on the block with possibly Corey as a backdoor option. But I think that Cameron, the reason why I say Cameron is dangerous for everybody is because Cameron is not playing the game based on personal vendettas. He is playing the game based on biggest threat levels in the house versus Jared, who plays the game on emotion. And the fact that he plays the game on emotion, he lets you know who his targets are. There's no mystery or secret to his game. Whereas Cameron has made a bunch of them promises. I'll do this, I'll do that. But because Cameron has nobody in the game in terms of partnerships, person who says, you're my number one, I trust you the most, you know that he can go anywhere in any direction. He could work with you today and take you out tomorrow. And the funny thing is that Jag said, oh, we know which direction that Cameron's going to go, but we don't know what Jared's going to do. And I'm like, you don't know what Jared's going to do? Everyone knows what Jared is going to do. I think the next HOH week is important to see where everyone is. I can't wait for eviction night. It's not supposed to be this boring with 4 or 5 weeks to go. We are already past the halfway point. Like almost 60% of the season is over. And we're coming to the final stretch. And it's this boring. Facts. But Cam's going after Felicia. That makes no sense. This is what I'm saying. I know he's been saying that, but the only way I see him putting Felicia on the block is as a placeholder for one of his real targets. Because I cannot honestly see him targeting Felicia first. Like, this is my target that I need to have out of the house right away. Even if he doesn't like Felicia. Same thing about him talking about Mimi. I don't think Mimi would be one of his first 2 or 3 people that would be on his target list. I was liking the twist, but that was because I thought that there was going to be more going on. I thought that there was going to be multiple competitions going on throughout the Scaryverse week and multiple things going on during the Scaryverse week. I did not think Scaryverse week was just that one day that they had the competition, and then part 2 is Thursday. I didn't think that we would have all this time in between where they just sit around in zombie outfits having conversations with everybody. I hope Cam doesn't go after Felicia. I want him to go after Matt or Jag. I like Corey a little bit, but he needs to stop listening to America. I hope it's not Sari. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I feel as though if Jared's not in the house, I feel as though Sari is no longer a primary target. And then I feel that if Jared is in the house, she stands a pretty good chance of making it past the week. Because Jared would probably again be the target if somebody from his side doesn't win. If somebody from the other side wins again, like if a Matt, a Jag, or an America win, which might be like some of the only people that are trying to win, Jared would be on the block. Jared being in the house next week, I think that Cerise stands a pretty good chance to at least make jury, I would say. I'm already exhausted, excited for Survivor tonight. Yeah, me too. I'm going to watch Survivor. Yeah, I'm going to be watching Survivor tonight. She should rename it Boring Nothing Week. Exactly. Production is definitely being lazy with their creativity. I agree, Kalia. I agree 100%. So, like I said, this was just a quick check-in. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate the support. Looking forward to Thursday. Somebody needs to go. I wish we had well, there's going to be no eviction on Thursday, but I hope the following Thursday is another double eviction. Because we just need people out the house. We just need these people to be out and to stay out. That's it, and that's all. And I hope everyone has a great and productive Wednesday. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to be back in the evening, but I've at least checked in once. And that is my goal, to be on here at least once every of these 100 days during the Big Brother season. They could have brought back a food comp with prizes. That could have been fun. BB Canada is good for that. Oh, and one more thing.
just like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
Thank y'all and talk to you soon.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But I like this Canadian. I
well,
like this one.
well,